and
That's an F too, right?
yeah, and this is F, A flat, and C, F's and C.
So if I played the same thing on my guitar in standard tuning, I'd be playing an F minor chord at the first fret. So
Right.
F, C, F, A flat, C, F.
Now what you do is I hit mine open.
Right. Now how did you happen to come up with that tuning? What was it?
Well, I had a cousin of mine who used to play like this. He played in his lap like he playing steel guitar.
So he'd hold it flat?
Lift in his lap and play with a knife. And that's he one taught me this tuning. You know?
So you never ever played in standard tuning then, as far as
No, I tried. You know, when I picked up a guitar, and it was just different. You know. But I really wanted to play standard tuning though. Well, I had, you know, they gave me beginners books, and I didn't read music, man. Only music I read is drum music.
So you picked it up all by ear.
Yeah.
Now you also use a capo. How did you get into using the capo?
Well, I got into that. Well, when first time I seen Esquire Fender guitar come out, Gate Mike Brown had it, and I noticed he used to use that capo, and I used to wonder. I said, "Well, man, why you use this?" He said, "Well, this is for my key change, you know, and it's really good." He called it a Cheatham, you know. So I said, "I think I'll get me one." I went and bought me one, you know, and that's for my car's key changes is different from yours, from the way you tune it.
So let's say, for instance, if
this would be my G.
So you got the capo at the second fret to play G, where I'm playing at the third fret in standard tuning.
Okay, my B flat is right here. My C is here. D natural.
Now the keys you play in most often are what, B flat, C, and D for the most part?
Yeah, I usually do G's a lot of times. I usually play like what we call a Churchill keys, A natural.
Now you pick keys based on like how it feels to sing?
Well, I used to play behind good singing, you know, because I never considered myself as a singer, you know. So I used to play a lot of instrumentals, you know. And I used to used to like to play behind good singing, you know, like we have a guy that sings, you know, either a chick to sing in the band, you know, and I used to do that, man. He used to sing a lot of those Churchill keys, we call it, you know.
Well, one thing people that would see you live or hear you on a record usually wouldn't know is that most of the time you're singing along with what you play. So you're actually, like, when you're playing the note on the guitar, I can hear you singing the same note with your voice.
Yeah,
Did you just start out that way?
I used to make myself hoarse. When it comes time to sing, I be too. It's because I harm myself when I be, you know, like, see, I'm going to play something out. This is my C. I just, you know, I've been doing, that's why I started out just humming myself, because I used to hum a lot in school, you know, and they used to have me say, the teacher when I was in elementary school, you know, the teacher said, "Who was that making that noise back there?" Everybody pointed at me and said, "That's Albert." Shut up, boy. You know, but that's how I try to teach myself. I hear music and I try to play and hum with it at the same time, you know. Yeah, you know.
Now, when you started out, you didn't start out on guitar, you started out on organ.
Well, I tried to, there's a piano actually. I had a lady lived in a little town called Bryant, Texas. And I was in a little town called Norman G, Texas. Now, this was like 35 miles apart. This lady, during the wintertime, she couldn't come over to give us piano lessons because the roads was too muddy, because they didn't have paved roads, you know. So what I did is, that's when I met my cousin. My cousin lived right behind. I used to stand with my mother, and my cousin was living behind our house in the country. So he'd come over and leave his guitar on the weekends and let me try to play on it. And she couldn't come to give us piano lesson during the wintertime, so I just let the piano alone. And then I went back and I went and bought me an organ. Got my organ stole from me on the highway, so I just stuck with guitar, you know.
Well, a lot of the stuff that you play, especially rhythm stuff, which we'll talk about, sounds like it's organ influenced. Did you listen to organ players?
Yeah, I listened to organ players practically. That's what was in my ear since I was a kid, man. You know, and I really, when I said if I ever learn how to play organ, I want to be like, you know, Jim McGriff, Jimmy Smith, you know, those guys.
Well,
so I try to comp my chord changes. You know, like when I'm playing a riff, I like to try to comp my chords like an organ.
Now you also started, when you started out playing, you were playing a style of music where you basically, you were the whole band. You weren't playing with bass player and drummer and so on at that point. So you
I
learned
started
how
out
to,
with just me and a drummer.
oh really, you were playing with a drummer
yeah.
even early on.
Just me and a drummer.
So you were,
like, a little over a year.
and you were kind of imitating a bass and a guitar together.
Yeah, I
at
was
the same
trying in that time, yeah, because that's what my head was into then, you know. And then later on, I added a piano player, then a bass player. Then I got away from playing second, you know, trying to play